Hello, welcome back to the channel. So, I had just recorded the Spider Up Animator commentary, and then I'm going to record the Warden rap one. So we're just going to go through the video and talk about interesting things and stuff like that, and hopefully you will find it entertaining. So, let's get started. So this is the intro from Spider Up. It's upscaled to 4K, and that's kind of the only thing interesting to say about it. I did not re-render it. But this is all new right here. I'll try to can I pause it? Okay, I can pause it without showing it. Oh, I guess I can't. So this is the first thing animated for Warden Rap. I remember animating this. It was so fun. I loved this effect that I have going on right here. This whole skull shrieker or whatever it's called. I'm gonna move it over here. Can I resize it? No, I can't. Okay. So this run scene, I love this run scene, although it's not as dramatic as I wish it would be. Also there's some secrets in this shot, so you can see the Warden up there. There's the skulk that activates the lever, which knocks over the anvil. There's a spider. There's Chairman right up there in the corner. There's some water. That's pretty cool. And then this part I recently re-rendered completely a few nights ago. And it's already up on YouTube, so I can't really change it. But then this part right here, I completely lost the scene file. I overwrote it, I deleted it, and so if there's any issues in this scene, that sucks. I can't fix them. But this room becomes particularly iconic later on in the video, which you've already seen because, it's already out. But
quiet, please. This is the library.
And I remember animating this scene. This was the first time I animated. Oh, actually, fun fact. When you see the Warden's hand right here, right there, that's an unfinished model. You can tell because it's completely flat. That's not the finished model of the Warden, and I didn't have the rig done. But then this is the full rig, and I remember animating this and having so much fun, just because animating the Warden is very exciting. He's very big, and he's very, has a lot of weight to it, and so it felt really fun to animate.
And I'd like some peace to read my
and I love the book, and I love the lighting in this scene. It's so cool. This scene took forever to get right, particularly right here. Took forever to get right. And you might have noticed, you might have not, the aspect ratio of the video changes between, you can see it now is 1080p, or what's in 4K, but it has the 10:9 aspect ratio, I think. But this scene is so cool. I love it a lot. I think it's a good introduction to the Warden dimension. And then I love this little gag that the Warden can't see the human, and so he's looking at the flower. And he can't see the human because if you notice, the human landed on wool, so that turned off its sound.
Cursed and blessed with sensitive hearing, you can never guess what it ends up
and we got the portal, which the portal was awful. It took so long to get working properly. This scene was fun to animate too. I love this shot. So this fog right here, which looks incredible. Is there any way I can zoom in? That would be so cool if I could. Yes, I can. What are the controls? That did nothing. Whatever. It looks so pretty. I discovered a new way to do fog, and you can see I'm really playing around with it here.
Quiet, please.
This scene was fun to animate too, but it took a long time to get it right. And then for shots like this, I really wanted it to give off office vibes, sitcoms, where it's a camera from the outside perspective, zooming in and stuff. And then this transition right here took forever to get right, but it looks really, really cool. It's basically just two scenes rotating at the same time, and then I'm just transitioning between the two of them, using just a light. Great effect. And then we got some lens flares. I figured out how to do lens flares, and they look incredible. Then we got this cool scene where his coffin gets turned into skulk. There's eyeballs which foreshadow the ending. And then we got the block that turns into a face, which I love. I think that looks so cool. I think I actually have a screenshot of how I did that. Hold on, let me pull it up. It was a while ago, so it might take me a second to find it. Because the animation was done in February, so it's definitely before that. I finished the ending in January. Where is it? Oh, actually, I'll show you this. So, you might have noticed that the Warden's mouth is like circular, you know? And this is why. The original incarnation was a pixel mouth like that. And it looked awful, as you can tell. Like, the lip sync did not work, and so I had to do a smooth mouth. It was not my choice. I wanted to do a pixel mouth, but it just did not work. Here it is. Found it. Okay. This is how that effect works. It's really cool. Let me actually get it full screen first. Open video, new tab. So you can see it's just a regular block, and then it gets converted to sculk like that, and then it comes alive right there. I'm so proud of that. That looks so cool. And so that's what's happening in the coffin. It's just a regular block, and then it gets turned into sculk, and then it comes alive, which is just done with shape keys. I didn't actually rig it, but that's that. Let's rewatch that. Yes. Yo. You can kind of see it right there, actually, if you look very closely. Right. Watch this back wall. You can see, you can't see it get converted really, but you can watch right here. You can see its mouth kind of open up right there. And I think that looks so cool. The eyes were like a last minute decision. I knew I wanted to have eyes, but then I put them like on top of the mouth. And I think that foreshadows the ending pretty well, where it has the eyes and then the Warden mouth. And I think this mouth looks really good. And that's just the void back there. There's nothing back there. And the scene also foreshadows the ending with the gravestone. I think this is the exact grave site too, with the dead bushes. I'm not sure though. I wanted to have the flower from the first scene with the Warden like talking to the flower, just to add more foreshadowing and more like connections, but the flower would have stood out too much, and I wanted that scene to be dark. You know what I'm talking about. We'll get there. I think this transition was incredibly difficult because not only is it transitioning like scenes, it's also transitioning aspect ratios. So then the bars go down, but then the whole video jiggles up and down, and then it transitions. It took forever to get right. And then this little gag in here too, but it's easy to miss. So he's like, silence, can't you read the sign? Are you stupid? And then it says no humans here. And they're all looking at the human, but he's looking the other way because he can't tell where they are. But then somehow he figures it out. And it does a little dance. I'm a recluse with hyperacusis, trying to unwind, and I find you obtrusive, so now you find out how tiny my fuse is. Once you get died, and I'll find. And then we have the instructions, which I think these are really funny. How to remove eyeballs. Step 1, find someone with eyeballs. Step 2, ask them for eyeballs. Skip if too shy, which the Warden skipped. Number 3, kidnap them and put them on a wooden table such as this. Step 4, give them acid and trick them into thinking that you're in your home planet, the deep dark. And number 5, use a spoon and carefully remove said eyeballs. Make sure they're in a good mood though. And that just foreshadows the entire video. This scene is incredible. One of my favorite scenes. It looks so good. How tiny my fuse is. Once you get died, then I'll find other uses for you, cause it's kind of amusing. Better stay quieter than ASMR. Or you may find why I'm a pain in the ass. I think this looks so cool. My rib cage is a stage to emit sound waves in the dark, like a flame from a spark, creating a rod so loud it'll break you apart. This whole sequence is just perfect. I can't think of anything wrong with it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe you'll try running straight to your mark. Go crazily hard when it's so intense. Oh, actually, I got a fun fact with that one. Right here, when he hits the wall and then his teeth fall out, it's very hard to notice. I don't think you can notice it in this frame, but I wanted it to be a little bit more realistic, so I recorded myself, like, I got a bunch of water and like spit and stuff, and I recorded myself spitting it onto like a table, and then I cut the background out, and then I used it as like a tiny effect. I don't know if you can see it, but just, I love this effect too, this like gleam effect. It's so cool. But you can't really see it, but he does spit out real spit. And then this like eye effect, I don't know why I did it. Like right here, where like the red eyes. I don't know why I did that. I just chose to do it. Like I was like, this would look cool, and it kind of, it looks great. Like I love it. I think I had to recreate it every single shot though because I didn't save it in between. I love this part too. This whole scene took so long to do. Where he turns into blocks. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. And then the world disappears around him. It took so long, like 2 days. And then you also notice as he falls, the stars fall in the background. And then the world fades out behind him. And then we get a transition into the deep. I call this like the deeper dark. Where the ground is reflective and there's like weird stars and it's a lot more like void-y, you know? This part, okay, so by the time this came out, you should have already seen the original ending. I didn't like the original. If you haven't, there's gonna be like a link in the description or something. It's on the channel, just like go find it. But I didn't like the original ending, so I had scrapped it and came up with this. I drew it on a piece of paper, which is around here somewhere. Maybe I'll upload it. But I came up with this idea of a bigger Warden with like devil horns, and the eyes would be like psychedelic. And so what's happening with the eyes right here is you can see they're like flickering around. It's actually showing the entirety of the video distorted up and stuff like that. And you can see the mouth is a lot creepier. There's like holes in the sides, and his teeth look a lot grosser, and it kind of looks like it goes on forever. And then there's eyeballs all over him, which implies that this is like, it's almost like Vecna from Stranger Things, but I had like animated and done all of this before I watched Stranger Things, which I find really funny how like a lot of my stories involve alternate dimensions, and they kind of are similar to Stranger Things, even though I had never seen it until recently. But anyway, so then he gets bigger, and I wanted to make his legs bigger because I was having such a hard time animating the tiny little legs of the Warden. And so I was very happy to move on to this bigger model. And you can see he has a bunch of vines, he has some particle effects, he's got a bunch of eyes, which are the exact same eye models from the finale of the video. And also, when he does something cool, his skulk parts go all psychedelic like that, and I think that looks really cool. And then there's a cool scene running, and then he runs. If you notice, this scene's pretty cool. So, you can kind of see the world being built. Right here, you can see the grass kind of appearing and the fog looks insane. And he's running into this house the exact same way he ran into the house from the intro. And in the screen up here in the window, you can see him running into that house from the intro. It's just a tiny little detail. And it just kind of represents how he's going crazy. So look really close in the window. You can see he runs into the building there. And then he runs in to the house, and then the Warden pops out, which is very cool. And then he swings around, and then the Warden bangs the spark thing. And then right here, I decided to make the ground super reflective because I thought it would look really cool with like the bioluminescent stuff on him. And also I used to get like a lot of flack for making things too reflective. Like I would make things super wet because I thought it looks really cool. And so that's kind of like a haha moment where it looks really cool right now, and the skulk is like almost like a water, you know? And it looks so cool. Like this shot looks incredible. This shot took forever to render. There's like 16 different render layers going on to get like the portal, the background, the reflections working. It took forever, but it looks incredible. And then climb towards it. And he's like, oh, how dare you? And this shot right where he goes into the eyeball, that's so cool. This is one of my favorite shots too, where they're moving. I just did this on accident too. I wasn't even like trying to make a cool effect. I didn't know how it would look. But they're running towards the portal. The portal is stationary. They're moving normally, but the entire world is scrolling backwards. And you can see in the background there's clips of the animation itself in the sky. And that's true for the entire deep dark portions. Where you can't really see it because there's like fog. I'm trying to find a good angle. You can see in the sky, kind of, like those little dot things in the sky. Those are previous parts from the video. But you can really see it in that one scene, where you can see like that's the player from the first scenes. and it's really cool. And then he runs into the portal. He almost makes it. This effect is so cool. I just use like a glass shader and then some distortions, and he gets cleaned. And then the warden scares him, which I love this shot. There's a lot of like this shot looks really scary. This particular frame. I've got, and also another fun thing. I'll just go back. Sorry. Right inside the mouth of the warden, it plays the entire video. So you can see like the entire video is played in the mouth, and it's sped up obviously. And then we get to the finale, and I love the finale shot so much. It looks so cool, and you can see the shadow of the warden right here, for being very scary. And I spent like a good 4 hours just on like the face alone. I really wanted it to look Minecrafty, but also like pretty disturbing. And so like I spent a while like making the backs of the eyes look not black but like organy, and I think it turned out really cool. And then every shot has slight movements. You can see like he slightly moves his arm in the grave. Oh, so yeah, look, there's the dead bushes. The warden came out from behind the background here. It's the exact same shot from that one scene. Where is that scene? It's the exact same set from here. You can see the bushes right there, the background right there, the gravestone, and oh, that's skipping ahead. It's the exact same shot, which I think is cool foreshadowing. And so he's buried in the grave, and then this shot is so cool. Originally, I wanted the warden to be like behind a door, but it ended up not looking super cool. So, I ended up going with this, and I think it looks really nice. The ending isn't exactly in order, because like that just showed him buried in the grave, but then he's out of the grave now. It's kind of like out of order, but I just went in order of like shock value almost. So then we got this beautiful shot right here where there's like the bookcases, and if you notice, this is the exact same room from the beginning shot, which that just means that the entire video, even though we were in the deep dark, we were actually just in that room the whole time. And you can see that's also true because of like this shot right here is in the same library, and so like it's the exact same library as this, which the whole video takes place in the library. It's just all in the imagination of the player, which I really liked. I really thought that was cool. So let's go back to it. Violent. So we got the shot of the eyeballs. So this shot right here was originally reversed, so it showed both of them and then zoomed into one of them like this. So it went from both to one eyeball in particular. And I thought that was like, I changed it literally like 2 days ago, and I just reversed the shot. I changed it because I thought that it makes more sense to show one of the eyeballs and then reveal that they're out of the head, like they're taken out on the table. And I also like extruded the table a bit and made it a little bit more 3D. And all the blood here is really cool. I like the tails of the eyeballs. They're very unrealistic, but you know, whatever, they work. And these blue eyeballs are actually the same ones that are on the warden. I think they're the exact same ones that are on top of the coffin. Let me try to find the coffin scene. Yeah, it's the exact same ones. It's hard to tell, but they are the same ones. Which is just more foreshadowing. I'm really proud of all the foreshadowing I did in this video. And then we show the tools. And then this is one of my favorite shots. It's like all the monsters being like, what in the world? And then there's a silverfish riding on top of the creeper, which may or may not be an Easter egg. And we got the spider, the enderman, creeper wrap, spider wrap, enderman wrap, silverfish wrap? Who knows? We'll see. And every single time I see this frame, I cannot stop laughing. It's so funny. It's just so goofy. And when I was animating it, I was also like, this is it. Like, I think the single frame, he's like, I did it, guys. I think the single frame, like, propels the video into, like, excellence, almost. I love, because in my mind, it's like, the warden only killed the guy so that he could have the eyeballs, so that he could see. That's the only reason. It's just so funny. I love it. It's so stupid. But the lighting in this shot is very nice. It's very pretty. I have to watch that again. It's so funny. I like it because it's like super dark, and it's like dark and scary and like gory, and there's blood and moss and grossness, and it's evil. And then it's just like 180s. It's so funny. It's just so funny. It's so unexpected too. But actually, I was setting my server stuff and I accidentally leaked this ending a little bit. So hopefully people are still surprised. It was only like 3 people who saw it. But yeah, I love that shot. It's so goofy. I have to watch it again. So goofy. And then we have this little outro with this cool scary pictures of the Warden, which in the background is one of my songs playing from Venge. And I think that's pretty cool. Dan just wanted ambient, so I was like, okay, I'll just take one of the songs from my game and put it in there. And that is Warden Rap. So hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully you found it interesting. It's definitely my favorite animation I've ever done. I think the 4K is incredible. I'm never going back. It's totally worth all the effort it takes to do it. But hopefully you enjoyed, and I will have more content for Warden Rap soon. Bye!